They spent $8,000 in 2 years of their lives trying to get their 14-year-old recruited for college soccer. By the time she was 16, they had exactly zero college interest, a burned out kid, and a bank account that looked like they'd been robbed. But then they discovered the three things that actually matter in recruiting, and everything changed. In this video, I'm going to save you years of frustration and thousands of dollars by showing you the recruiting timeline that actually works, including the one age that changes everything. First, I'll show you the three massive mistakes one family made regarding their daughter when she was 14 that actually hurt her chances. Then, I'll break down the recruiting timeline that college coaches actually follow, and you'll be shocked by when they really start to pay attention. And finally, I'll give you the exact action plan I wish this family had followed, including the magic age when everything should really begin. One father painted me a picture of how clueless he was. His daughter Emma had just made the varsity soccer team as a freshman, the only 14-year-old on the squad. He was thinking, this is it. We need to get her recruited now while she's ahead of everyone else. So what did he do? He immediately started emailing college coaches. I'm talking 50 plus emails a week to Division I programs across the country. I created highlight videos of her playing against girls 3 to 4 years older. He signed up for every recruiting service he could find: NCSA, Captain U, Be Recruited, spending hundreds per month. He even flew her to showcases in different states, dropping $2,000 per weekend because he thought exposure was everything. By age 15, they were spending more on recruiting than most families spend on rent. And you know what happened? Absolutely nothing. Not a single coach responded. Not one. Here's mistake number one, and this one's going to save you thousands of dollars: marketing a player who didn't exist. Think about it. At 14, Emma was 5'2", weighed maybe 110 pounds. She was playing against 18-year-olds who had fully developed physically and mentally. Yes, she made varsity, but she was getting 5 minutes of playing time per game. Here's what they didn't understand. College coaches aren't looking for potential at age 14. They're looking for proven production at age 16 to 18. When a coach sees a 14-year-old's highlights, they're not thinking future star. They're thinking, call me in 3 years. I spoke with a coach from UC Davis, and they told me something that changed my perspective. They said, we start seriously evaluating players the junior year of high school, because that's when we can see their actual ceiling, not their potential ceiling. The lesson? At 14 to 15, focus on development, not exposure. Your money should be going toward better coaching and training, not showcase tournaments and recruiting services. Mistake number two nearly destroyed their relationship with their daughter. They turned her passion into pressure. Remember those 50 emails per week they were sending? Emma knew about every single one. She knew which coaches ignored them. She felt personally rejected every time they didn't hear back. What started as her love for soccer became her parents' obsession with getting her recruited. By sophomore year, she was asking to quit, not because she didn't love soccer, but because she couldn't handle the constant pressure of being recruited. She told them later that she felt like she was playing for their dreams, not hers. Here's what I learned from a sports psychologist I spoke to. The number one reason young athletes burn out isn't physical. It's emotional pressure from parents who are more invested in recruitment than the kid is. This sports psychologist told me that when parents lead the recruiting process before junior year, the success rate actually drops by 67% because the athlete loses ownership of their journey. The fix? Let your kid play for fun at 14, 15. Recruitment conversations should be player led, not parent driven. Mistake number three cost Emma's parents the most money. They were optimizing for the wrong timeline. They thought recruiting was like applying to college: start early, stay consistent, eventually you'll get results. But recruiting isn't like college admissions. It's kind of like dating. There's a specific window when coaches are interested. And if you're not ready during that window, you missed it. Here's the recruiting timeline that coaches actually follow. Freshman to sophomore year, coaches are building relationships with club directors and high school coaches, not individual players. Junior year, this is when coaches start seriously evaluating players. And senior year, final decisions and backup options. Emma's parents were trying to get serious attention during years that coaches aren't even paying attention. It's like showing up to a party 3 hours early. You're eager, but nobody's there yet. A coach from the University of Washington explained it perfectly. We're not ignoring younger players to be mean. We're focusing our limited time on players who are ready to make college decisions. A 14-year-old might be talented, but they're 4 years away from stepping onto our campus. So, what changed everything? Emma turned 16 and her parents completely flipped their approach. Instead of mass emailing coaches, they focused on three things. First, they identified 15 target schools that matched her academic and athletic level. Second, they built relationships with her club coach who had connections at those schools. Third, they waited until she had junior year film that actually showcased her developed abilities. The results? Within 6 months of implementing this new strategy, Emma had official interest from 8 colleges. 3 offered official visits, and she committed to her dream school with a 75% scholarship. Same kid, same talent, completely different approach. The difference wasn't her ability, it was their timing and strategy. So here's the recruiting timeline I wish they had followed from the beginning. Ages 14 to 15, foundation. Focus 100% on skill development and enjoying the sport. Invest in quality coaching, not exposure. Let them play multiple sports if they want to. No contact with college coaches, no recruiting services. Age 16, the preparation phase. Start researching colleges that match academic and athletic ability. Create a preliminary target list of 20 to 30 schools. Begin documenting performance with basic stats. Still, no mass outreach to coaches. Age 17, the active phase. This is when serious recruiting begins. Reach out to coaches at target schools with junior year film. Attend showcases, but only ones where target schools will attend. Visit campuses and build real relationships. At age 18, this is the decision phase. Official visits, scholarship negotiations, commitment. The magic age, 16 and a half. That's when coaches start paying attention. And that's when your outreach should begin, not before. If your kid is currently 14 to 16, here's your exact action plan. Step one, stop all recruiting activity immediately. Cancel the recruiting services, stop emailing coaches, pause showcase tournaments that aren't for development. Step two, redirect that energy and money into development, better coaching, skills training, strength and conditioning. Step three, let your kid fall back in love with their sport. No recruiting pressure, just playing for fun. Step four, when they turn 16, start researching schools together. Make it their process, not yours. Step five, at 16 and a half years old, begin targeted outreach to coaches at schools where they're academically and athletically competitive. I know it feels wrong to wait when you see other parents starting early, but here's the truth. Starting at the right time with the right strategy beats starting early with the wrong strategy every single time. Emma's now a junior in college, starting midfielder, and absolutely loving every minute. She recently told me the best thing her parents ever did was let her be a normal 14-year-old who just happened to play soccer. If this video saved you from making the same expensive mistakes Emma's parents made, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I share recruiting strategies that actually work every week. What questions do you have about the recruiting process? Drop them in the comments below, and I'll answer every single one that I can. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.